Hello, welcome to a bonus Soulprint Mini. This is for, you're seeing this on Tuesday the 15th. There were minis done that I recorded yesterday or the other day, and they will coming out on Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're going to do the pendulum questions on Friday. So, obviously, I'm coming on because Georgia has handed down their indictment. There's a lot of charges. There's 18 other defendants. Yeah, plus Trump, so there's 19. Um, it, it- I think it's going to take a while of sort of listening to maybe reading the actual indictment. And this is another thing, I'm very confused. If anybody out there knows the answer, please let me know. So when they announced this thing, it was 10 indictments. They opened up the first one, but I don't know if they opened up the others. And if they did, what specifically was in those other ones? Like, was it just indictments for specific groups of people or people that were already listed on the first one? I'm confused. So, anyways, but we're going to just start with she slammed a whole bunch of stuff against defendant Trump. All of the defendants have to surrender by Friday at noon, or they will be arrested. She's looking pretty serious, that Fonnie Will. She really is looking pretty serious. All right, let's jump in. Quick mini. Let's see what's going on there. Energy around Georgia indictment. Energy around Georgia indictment. Energy around Georgia indictments. Let's see what we get, shall we? We're starting off with the death card. Means a couple of things. Reminds me of what I've been saying since the beginning, which is, death by 1,000 cuts. But that's not what this is about. This is about her wrapping up one portion, and that, is done, I guess. And it's time for rebirth. It's time for renewal. It's time for the next step. So that's what's going on there. There was a lot of work. Well, 2 years of work that went into this. The things that she has charged and the people that she has charged, she's got everything she needs. She is rock solid, okay? She is a smart, savvy prosecutor, and she understands full well the ramifications or the potential ramifications of a former president being charged that many times in that many indictments with I can't I've lost track of how many counts there are against him. I just don't even know anymore. She's gonna be fine. You've got the law, okay, and the law is going to prevail in this one. And they're gonna throw so much spaghetti on the walls to see what sticks. They're going to be very, very combative. I'm talking about the Trump group of people. Super combative. He is just anxiety ridden by this point. You can actually see, not that he will admit to it, but he can see in his quietest moments that he may very well have to walk away from some of the political plans that he had. He won't do that until at his last dying breath. But he's starting to recognize that he is in some kind of danger here. Bonnie Wills is a fighter, all right? She has all the tools in her toolkit. She is ready for this. Just as simple as that. There has been a lot of like soul searching, questioning, revisiting issues on this situation, particularly as it pertains to Trump. But ultimately, there was the absolute awareness that they had to do this. Okay. The world. There is a piece of what's going on in Georgia that is going to contribute to sort of the end of the Trump insanity. But remember, this is the beginning of the end. Okay. We may be at the end of the beginnings, but we still have a lot of chapters to go yet, miles to go. He is going to be facing serious charges in this thing, and he is going to be convicted on serious charges. And it's interesting because they're talking about how there is a mandatory minimum jail sentence in Georgia under the RICO Act. So let's see how that plays out. He is so set in his ways. He is so determined to live in this alternate universe that he will continue to really resist his lawyers. Now that there has been a template set in terms of the way this case is being handled in DC, right? Sort of the no-nonsense judge, and we're pushing ahead. I would not be at all surprised if that does not set the tone for this grouping of charges against him. Okay, he's going to push everywhere he can push, but he's going to discover soon enough that it's going to end up costing him more than it's worth. He is starting to feel the pressure. He's starting to be concerned about the actual realities of what may well be facing him. I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think there's this random sort of thought in his head about kind of escaping, but I'm just not sure. I just don't know if his ego could handle that unless he sort of turned himself into like an absolute martyr who had to, escape the country of his birth because they were, out to get him. I don't know. I guess we'll see how that unfolds. So I just have a couple of quick pendulum questions since we're here, just simply pertaining to this video and this news. All right, so here we go. Pendulum, let's chat. So I decide it's ready to talk. Okay. Is Trump going to be found guilty of most or all of the charges against him? Strong yes. Is there going to be some sort of a mandatory jail sentence or restrictions placed on him as a result? Yes. So again, is he going to be thrown in with general population? He's not, okay? But they may very well have ways to jail him without putting him in an actual jail. But that's definitely going to be one of the considerations. Has Bonnie Wills completely wrapped up this investigation? No. So some people who were sort of playing a role in there, I'm thinking specifically of Lindsey Graham. Has he been charged? Okay, no. Is he likely to be? No. And I think that has to do with, same old thing, right? It's not enough for there to be one element, but they have to prove it and prove it and prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. So I think some people got off simply because there wasn't enough evidence, sorry about that, against him. Is this trial going to be set up? No. Is this trial going to be started by December 31st, within the next 6 months? Okay, that's a yes. Is the trial date going to be before the end of the year? I'm getting a yes. That kind of surprises me. Are there going to be a lot of delay tactics that go on, particularly from the defense? Yes. Okay. Um, there were some surprises on there, right? Like Mark Meadows, and wasn't quite expecting him to be on there. Some people, honestly, we don't really know who they are, fake electors or something. But in any case, this is a brand new chapter that has been started called the Georgia Trials, right? And it looks like she has compiled a tight little grouping of people and charges, although it is 19 strong. This energetically, this thing is scheduled to move ahead successfully. But I see delays. I see shifts. We're in Mercury retrograde, so it makes me wonder if there just might be some miscommunications that go on, that kind of thing. But we shall see. We will let it unfold. For now, we are going to send a prayer of thanks to, if you wish, to Bonnie Wills for taking on this really tough job and following it through and doing what she needs to do to try to hold Trump and his accomplices to justice. Have a good one, people. Bye-bye.